She thought she was the star of the night. The red dress, the smirk, the crowd eating out of her hand. Emily believed she had destroyed me in front of everyone who mattered. But what she didn't realize, that very moment was the trap I'd been building for months. By the time the music stopped and the spotlight hit her, the entire room knew the truth. She wasn't the queen of the story, she was the villain. And villains never win. If you've ever been betrayed by someone who thought they were smarter, stronger, or untouchable, hit that like button, subscribe, and buckle up, because this is one of the most satisfying revenge stories you'll hear today. Let me set the stage. Emily and I weren't strangers. We were inseparable. At least that's what I thought. We grew up together, shared secrets, even planned futures where we'd support each other no matter what. But somewhere along the way, Emily started playing a different game. She thrived on attention, the whispers, the power of being the star. And when the spotlight wasn't on her, she made sure to steal it, even if it meant tearing me down. The breaking point came at a charity gala. It wasn't just another dinner. This was the event. Every influential person in our circle was there. For me, it was a chance to finally present my project, something I'd poured months of blood and sleepless nights into. But Emily, she saw it as her stage. The night I was supposed to shine, she walked in wearing the infamous red dress. Not just any dress. It was the one I'd shown her weeks earlier, the one I had saved for this night. And when she entered, heads turned. She stole my moment before I even opened my mouth. But it wasn't just the dress. She whispered lies about me, twisting my story, making me look incompetent. And the crowd believed her. I stood there, humiliated, while Emily smiled like she'd won a game only she knew was being played. That's when I realized Emily wasn't just selfish. She was the villain in my story. After that night, the humiliation lingered. People avoided my project. Whispers followed me, and Emily basked in the glow of being the savior. She'd corner me with fake concern. Don't worry, not everyone's cut out for this kind of pressure. Or worse, maybe next time, just let me handle it. You're better behind the scenes. Her tone dripped with pity, but her eyes told the truth. She loved watching me small, diminished. And I'll be honest, I almost believed her. Almost. It was the brunch that broke me. We sat surrounded by our mutual friends, the clinking of champagne glasses echoing around us. Emily, in her rehearsed charm, told the table about her success at the gala, how she had saved me from embarrassment by stepping up. Laughter, nods, applause, and me? I sat there, silent, heat burning through my chest. My hands trembled under the table, nails digging into my palms. She had rewritten the story in front of me, and people believed it. That's when I decided, if Emily wanted to play a game, fine, but I was done playing fair. Revenge, I learned, isn't about rage. It's about patience, precision, style. I began quietly gathering every piece of evidence. Emails where Emily plagiarized ideas. Messages where she mocked the very people she praised in public. Photos that contradicted her curated persona. I built a dossier, not of rumors, but of undeniable truth. And then, I waited. I knew Emily loved one thing more than attention: validation. She couldn't resist being the center of another gala, the same annual event where she'd humiliated me. It was perfect symmetry. So, I played supportive, smiled at her rehearsed speeches, pretended I was back in her shadow, all while lining up the pieces of her downfall. The night arrived. The chandeliers glittered, champagne flowed, and Emily strutted in again in a red dress, a deliberate callback to her victory. She took the stage with her perfect smile, delivering another speech about her brilliance. The room applauded, cameras flashed. She was radiant, until the screen behind her flickered. First, her original ideas, side by side with the real authors she had stolen from. Then, the texts. God, they're all so gullible, can't believe they eat this up. Lol, watch me spin this. And finally, the video. Her mocking laugh, the one she swore no one ever heard. The room fell silent. Then the murmurs began, faces twisted with shock, betrayal, disgust. Emily froze, her hands trembling, the microphone slipping. That red dress? Suddenly it wasn't power, it was a spotlight burning her alive. The applause she craved turned to whispers of disgrace. People walked out, shaking their heads. Sponsors pulled back. Friends she once charmed wouldn't meet her eyes. And me? I didn't need to say a word. As I passed her, I caught her gaze, wide, panicked, searching for someone to save her. But I just smiled, because villains don't get saviors. They get consequences. Revenge isn't always about shouting louder or fighting dirtier. Sometimes it's about letting the truth speak louder than lies. Emily wanted to be the star of the story, and she was, just not in the way she imagined. If this story gave you chills, smash that like button and drop a comment. What's the most satisfying revenge you've ever witnessed? And of course, don't forget to subscribe, because we've got plenty more stories where villains learn the hard way that betrayal always comes back around.